avoids any violation of the Pennsylvania Wiretapping Act. The Edinboro University Council of Trustees went into executive session to discuss personnel and legal matters at 11:30 a.m. today, September 25th, 2020. And Rachel, would you kindly do roll call?
Absolutely. Trustee Bellini?
Is he on mute? Wait, let's see if he's on mute.
Mark, you're on mute.
Star 6 to unmute when on the phone.
Yeah. Mark, would you unmute so you can say you're here?
Do you want me
Mark.
to keep going? I know I see
Keep going,
his.
we'll go back.
Oh,
I know it's in. Go on.
Okay. Trustee Chafee?
Present.
Trustee Frampton? Trustee Hyam?
Here.
Trustee Hertzy?
Here.
Trustee Jones?
Here.
Trustee Kennedy?
Here.
Trustee Lothar?
Here.
Trustee Perillo?
Here.
Trustee Shields? Trustee Walker?
Here.
Thank you. All right, under new business, may we have a motion to approve the minutes from the quarterly business meeting held on July 24th, 2020.
So moved.
Excuse me, Barbara,
Yes.
can you hear me now? This is Mark Bellini. I'm sorry, I'm having some issues.
Okay, yes, now we know for sure you're here.
I'm here. I was listening all along. I apologize.
That's all right, thank you. So may we entertain a motion?
So moved. Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion has passed. We have additional business under new business regarding a resolution from May of 2020. So may we have a motion to entertain?
Yes. I would make a motion to reconsider the May 1st, 2020 resolution that was adopted in regard to the destruction of buildings, more specifically limiting a reconsideration to one building in particular, that being the sports dome.
Second?
I will second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Oh, we should do a roll.
Roll.
Yeah, do a roll call.
That's okay.
On the, sorry.
Okay. Trustee Bellini?
I have to abstain because I missed the discussion. I apologize.
Okay.
That's okay.
Okay, just so you know, Mark, this was regarding the resolution about the demolition of the buildings, which had passed, but only by 5-4. And then there were a number of people missing from that meeting, and there was discussion earlier on to amend that resolution.
Madam President Chair, if I may, just for just quick item of discussion.
Sure.
The purpose of this motion to reconsider is that new information has come to light regarding the Zorofsky Dome that made the trustees believe during the study session earlier that it was no longer appropriate to have that under a demolition order. And so the purpose of the reconsideration is to remove the dome from the prior resolution.
Okay, go forward with.
So then does that mean you're also voting again for tearing down Rose Hall and the other building that was a part of that?
The motion that is on the floor is specifically to reconsider. Once that motion is passed, then I believe Pat would do a second motion to reauthorize the resolution removing the dome. So that would, yes, leave the other buildings on the demolition list.
Thank you.
Okay. Trustee Chafee,
Yeah, aye.
trustee Frampton,
He's not.
oh, that's right. Trustee Hyam,
Yes.
trustee Herzig,
Aye.
trustee Jones,
Aye.
trustee Kennedy,
Yes.
trustee Lother,
Yes.
trustee Perillo,
Yes.
and trustee Walker.
Yes.
All right.
Although, okay, so we have,
We have 6, 7, 8. 8 yeses and 1 abstain.
so the motion has passed.
Yes.
And as a companion motion, I'd ask to adopt an amended resolution removing the sports dome from that list of demolition properties. That would be the only property that I would remove from that list.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, we have a first and a second. So let's do a roll call vote, please.
Okay. Trustee Bellini,
Abstain.
trustee Chafee,
Yes,
trustee Hyam,
Yes.
trustee Herzig,
Aye.
trustee Jones,
Yes.
trustee Kennedy,
Yes.
trustee Lother,
Yes.
trustee Perillo,
Yes.
and trustee Walker.
Yes.
Okay, 8 yeses and 1 abstain.
the motion.
So that
has
would be-
passed. The motion has passed. So the university will need to draw up a resolution that has been altered then to take the dome out for us to sign since we had signed the first one, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, on that note, President Heinz, would you like to present to us your president's report?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Nice seeing everybody again. I think the morning sessions went really well. I want to thank all the staff and especially my staff, regional, organizing this, and everybody on this team, kicked in a lot of time to prepare for this meeting. I certainly want to thank all the trustees, especially trustee chairwoman Barbara, for leading this body in these very unusual times. Right? I also want to sing out a couple of groups, and I'm not going to name the names, that participated in the light weight 360 performed on me. A number of you participated in that. And also the conversation, more like survey, with Dr. Jim Voltruba, who was assigned to me as a presidential mentor by Pesci. Pesci hired him. I did not. I don't have the money to hire him. And a number of you participated in the survey conversation with him. I want to thank those trustees who participated in those 2 conversations. And I received a positive report. I feel humbled. But I want to thank you for your leadership and for your support. Now I'm going to formally introduce a couple of my new colleagues. You met them, but I wanted to introduce them. First of all, Interim Dean Shelley Ritzel. Shelley has been with us for about 16 years. She ran the pre-school operations for a number of years. Before that, in the student affairs area, where she was the director of student campus life and leadership development. So she has a lot of experience with student affairs. And now she's in a new role. She's doing fine. 3 weeks, I think, or hardly 3 weeks. Very detail-oriented, very mindful of issues. She has been reporting to me a lot of details regarding student engagement area. So that's Shelley. So welcome, Shelley. Then Amanda Sissom, who is not a stranger either. She has been with us for just about 2 years, most of the time as the director of alumni engagement. Now she's wearing 2 hats, a new hat as interim assistant VP for alumni and advancement and alumni relations, continuing to be the executive director of alumni relations. So she's doing a fine job, and she had some shoes to fill and some challenges because of a loss of 2, she alluded to this morning, 2 or 3 major gift officers. So we are making do, but I have confidence in her as well. Last but not least, John Heinz, who came to us as a sort of a stranger, but he's Pennsylvanian, right? He's a Pennsylvanian, knows the landscape of Pennsylvania very well. John came to us with a lot of experience in finance, administration, in deep knowledge of K-12 school district experience. He had 2 master's degrees. The reason I mentioned that is I've known a lot of engineers, and are you a former engineer? A lot of engineers tend to be very good systems thinkers. I think John fits into that bill very well. You've seen the quality of his work already this morning. I know we did the right hire. Now, so he's here helping us, help me lead through these very difficult years. With him on the side, I feel more confident, more assured that we are going to be fine. So with the appointments of these 3 new leaders, you are looking at a cabinet that is half new, half veteran. But all of these are good people. I've known them, their personalities, their habits, their management and leadership styles. I'm very confident this is a very good team. They listen to each other, work with each other. I think they listen to me as well, but we'll see. So I do feel very good about this leadership team. A little younger, but no less expertise. A lot more expertise actually, right? So you are looking at a team of 8 leaders. They either have a doctoral degree or a master's degree. So from an educational attainment viewpoint, this is also a stronger, more specialized, synergistic team. So that's the new team, okay? I want to thank each one of the people, the new ones, and the more veteran members who have been here working very hard. And that's Bill, Angie, and Mike. They are all good leaders. They sometimes read my mind. Sometimes, we consult broadly. So that's the team, okay? Now, relatedly, there's a new division of student engagement. This is a theme I candidated on. We finally made it happen over the summer after a lot of back and forth deliberations, selecting, identifying issues. So the new division of student engagement has 2 focuses from me. One, engage the students at whatever cost. Engage them, keep them busy, keep them on track, keep them on campus until they graduate, right? That's the retention part. So I think in that area, there are a couple of new appointments. They are very enthusiastic about their new positions. And Shelley is leading them so far in 3 weeks. I know it's young, Shelley, but has been going pretty smoothly. Mike has been very helpful in this transition, generous with his time and with his expertise. Another major change is I switched athletics to the president's report for only one reason. I'm sitting on the board of directors of PSAC, Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. So, 22 presidents sit on that board, me being one of them. So this way, I don't need to go around the mic and here and there. So just have a more direct relationship with athletics. And they are talking, by the way, the coaches, a separate meet and discuss, just a heads up, okay? Mike has been fantastic, really. He's still helpful. Mike is very helpful in those regards. So Catherine is working with me now. I've given them the okay to start Kara immediately, working fine. Those are the major structural changes that I have no doubt I will be fine, because I did some similar things before when I was a chancellor. It truly worked. Two items of communications. I will have a State of the University meeting on October the 6th. I just realized, Angie, it's George's birthday on that day. George will be 20 on the 6th. So he's doing really well at Rice. It's really well. So on that day, I'll do a State of the University address. All trustees, all of you, are welcome to attend if you have time or you have the mood to attend. But the invitation will be there. It's from 1 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. If you want to participate, let me or Rachel know. She will send you a link. Right? That's that. Another item is I have been talking to the Northwestern Pennsylvania legislators. We scheduled 8. I've done 4. Ryan Buzzaro has been slippery so far. He said yes on, yes or no, yeah, then off, and on, off. So, but I will be able to have a talk to all of them within the next week, I believe. So I was updating them on restructuring, integration, COVID-19, furloughs, retrenchments, Pew program reviews. They all sound positive or supportive. Some of them was asking very probing questions, some of which I had to answer, some of which I did not, regarding integration. What do you think of the speed? What do you think of, but I did my best to, they were very friendly. Okay. Mike already talked about the reopening, so I'm not going to repeat. Mike was very comprehensive. So no spring break, starting on the 25th of January, in alignment with our 2 other sisters, California and Clarion. And Shelley also mentioned we are going to have more students to live on campus, 594. My direction to her and to Catherine has been watch the students closely, monitor them closely, make sure they follow the guidelines. I know not everybody always listens. It's important to listen, to follow the guidelines by CDC, the Department of Health, the Governor's Office, the PASHI System Office, and our own campus guidelines. They are very specific. I know, I read all of them. If we follow, we will be in a better place. As you know, in the spring semester, we had only 3 cases, or 3.5, I'm not sure. Not disclosing any details. 2 of them fully recovered, or 3. So that was really great work done by the ERT team, including all the cabinet officers, faculty representatives, and the emergency team led by Jim Dale and John Heinz. We have good people, good workers. I trust them. So now the other thing is, while more students will live on campus, we plan to, I know both Catherine and Shelley agree, we'll have some more in-person activities programmed for the students while following guidelines. I mean, I heard a lot. I went to a lot of meetings at the national level. If you listen to people talk from Notre Dame, Arizona State, University of North Carolina, they had hundreds, thousands of cases, right? We had 3, and we are learning important lessons this semester that we will apply usefully to the spring to minimize, if any, new cases, while hoping for a vaccine, but that's another story. Okay? So that's spring reopening. Enrollment was where we predicted for this fall. Bill and his team worked hard. We were just about 100 students less than we were budgeting. Again, I still give Bill and his team a lot of credit. It's a difficult year. in terms of recruiting, and many other things. Okay, moving forward, we will be more aggressive, more coherent, more focused with our strategies for recruitment and enrollment. Okay. Relatedly, the real good news happened on the retention front. Mike, the provost, Phil Gill, together they lead a retention committee that worked very hard. I was pushing for it too. Let's get a plan. They did. They didn't let me down. They produced a very good plan that we implemented that improved the student retention, the freshman cohort, from 71% last year to almost 75% this year. Now, keep in mind, it's only 4 percentage points. It's an enormous improvement because for many years, all the data I saw on retention in the last decade, we hover around 69, 71. 1 year we reached higher, but most of the time 71. Now it's 75. We are just about at the average of the PASHE schools, and way above our expectation. My expectation was 1% increase. Now it's almost 4. So everybody kicked in, faculty, staff, students themselves, certainly the leadership team at the cabinet level and at the retention committee level. Athletics, they all did. Something we need to celebrate. I have been sort of celebrating just in my mind, right? It's good news. That's that. I briefed the trustees, just for the staff, and to know. I briefed the trustees on integration with the slippery rock. Can't forget. You did them once, they are still in memory for life. California and Clarion. So it's moving forward. Obviously, we will know a lot more over the next few conversations at the leadership level. We are involving the faculty and working very close with the chancellor's office, California campuses, California and Clarion campuses, and the provosts are talking in a parallel. Communications VPs are talking. Bill started his conversation with his counterpart there. And I know Amanda also is talking to her counterpart at the other 2 places. So John as well. John is new, but John is a quick learner. So nothing's being missed at this point. But I need to point out, we are 3 months late to the game and to the conversation with California and Clarion. Though Mike probably agree that we missed a few things, but not necessarily a whole lot at this point, right? Now I wanted us to position as an equal partner, as a full partner. I even said that in front of the teams, a week or 2 ago. We want to be perceived and act like a full partner, an equal partner, and we want to make the integration a success. I know one of the interesting things I realized, which is true for human nature, I guess. So the same document, the same presentations we heard, the same conversations we were part of, people walk away with drastically different interpretations. Okay, so sometimes what you hear from your opinions, often I think fact-based, but then again, we need to clarify these things moving forward in the next few weeks until the board makes a decision at its October meeting. Okay, a couple of words about retrenchment of furloughs. Retrenchment, now you heard enough already from Mike, but I want to say we are going to continue because Kutztown University and Bloomsburg University, they pulled their retention notice off the table. It's important for the trustees to know that because faculty on different campuses must ask the same question. If they pulled off their retrenchment notice, why can't you, Edinboro? Right? They did better financially. I'm being very honest about it. Kutztown saw some increase in enrollment this year, right? So good for them. I was happy for them. I am happy for them. And they did some furloughs before. We did not. So it's only right that they put off, those retention notices. We, along with the 7 other universities, as of today, we are going to continue with that initiative. Furlough, 63 faculty members we are looking at, unfortunately. And then 115 staff members or non-faculty members, 45 of whom would be outsourced. And John mentioned that briefly in his presentation. So overall, I think the semester has been calm. I had a meeting with all department chairs. They asked a bunch of questions about integration, and how program review and faculty retrenchment are tied to integration conversations. So many of them appear to be understanding, more understanding than others, but they seem to know what is going on at the system level and at the campus level. So I know I give you a report mixed with some good news, some challenges, but my goal is to be as transparent and as honest as I can be with these issues. And I've said to many, many groups, especially alumni, Amanda heard me say this over and over again. In any given year, a normal year, in any given semester, absent COVID-19, each one of the 5 issues, right? Retrenchment, furloughs, program reviews, COVID-19 or integration. One single of these issues in one semester is to allow to deal with by the president, the provost, and the deans. We are fighting all these 5 battles at the same time. So more than ever, we need your support, your understanding, and you have a good team in front of you, even better team, I believe, because people are on board with the efforts. I'm committed to leading the university through this process with your support and with the support of the system and the faculty and the staff. So I'm done with the report. Happy to take questions and or criticisms, comments, whatever you have.
Thank you, President. Are there any questions or comments? We appreciate all the challenges and opportunities before you. Thank you. Okay, Provost Hannon.
Yes, I am aware of the time limitations for these presentations. I will be brief. An update from Academic Affairs is in the repository available for trustees to review. A few highlights. A leading higher ed research website, study.com, did rank our early childhood education program, which is one of our largest education programs, as number 15 in the country, which we're very proud of. And that was recognized based on affordability, accessibility, quality, and value. So that was a great accomplishment from that group of faculty. Also, our nursing program presents in there some of our very high NCLEX pass rates for our BSN nursing program, which are higher than the national and the state averages. So we're proud of that. Not in the report, but I should mention is just this week, there was an accreditation site visit from ACEN, which is the accrediting body for our MSN program, which we do jointly with Clarion. That visit went very well, and the final report won't be coming out for several weeks, but we were told that they will be recommending a continuation of that accreditation. So we're very pleased with that. We will be having a virtual commencement, both undergraduate and graduate, on the 24th of October. Nobody has to get dressed up for that. We are recording our components of our presentations. I know that Trustee Chafee is going to be giving the greetings at both ceremonies and recording those. The students will be able to watch the whatever segments of the ceremony that they wish. So it gives them the advantage to fast forward through my discussions and
And
then-
mine.
and just get to their name showing up. But for each of them that participates, their self-submitted photo will appear along with their name, their degree, and they're allowed to have a message, a short quote from themselves that can be presented on screen. That'll all be available through YouTube, and that will be launched on the 24th. So we will likely be doing a very similar ceremony for December, since we don't see conditions being any different at that time. And we're hopeful that by May, we may be able to do something different. In all of these cases, we are letting students know, because they are disappointed by only having a virtual ceremony, that they will be invited to participate in a future in-person ceremony should they still have an interest in doing so down the road. The report includes a number of other student and faculty accolades that I invite you to review, but just a few final points to sort of demonstrate some of the outreach that our departments are doing. Our Department of Communication and Science Disorders shows a very strong undergraduate and graduate program, are jointly working with the University of Pittsburgh and Hampton University, which is a historically Black university, to do joint programming on diversity, inclusion, and equity. And so we're very pleased for Edinboro's involvement in that initiative. Dr. Jean Fayetta in our special education area, through one of her courses, has also developed a partnership with General McLean School District to create a Best Buddy tutoring system for at-risk students at General McLean High School, especially to get them through this difficult period of partial or full virtual instruction. And Dr. Penny Orr, who leads our art therapy program, again, the first accredited program of that type in the country, is working with an organization called Red Pencil International. And her and students will be providing art therapy interventions to address trauma in some of the regions of Kenya. And there's more detail available in the report, but it shows some great initiative and outreach by a number of our departments. Lastly, I just want to mention that we were unable to host the Highland Games this past September, but we will be having some virtual Highland Games activities as part of the virtual homecoming celebration. And that will include the Edinboro University singers, who will be performing a number of Scottish songs. Also the Chelsea House Orchestra, which has performed for us for 20 years here on campus during the Highland Games. And there is also a haggis ceremony of some type, which I'm not sure what that is and don't necessarily want to know what it is, but that will also be part of the virtual Highland Games. And I invite you to go to our website for the homecoming activities and participate as you can in those. And that is a conclusion of my report.
Thank you, Dr. Hannon. Okay, so Finance and Administration, John Heinz. John.
I'm here. Sorry, the mouse wasn't
Oh, that's all
cooperating.
right. We're all having that issue today.
Yeah, so we closed the fiscal year 2020 and submitted our annual report to PASHE. The audit report is in process right now. Edinboro University also completed our comprehensive planning process report and submitted it to the Office of the Chancellor. Our facilities people have been using their time during this semester to consolidate where all of the classes are being held and try and isolate buildings and get them closed to try and maximize and lock in some savings for us. So we appreciate that. At the recommendation of ELG, PASHE has gone ahead with centralizing purchasing. So at this time next year, all of our purchasing people should be employees of PASHE officially. We finalized our fall reopening, obviously in the summer, and our Director of Safety and Risk Management then finalized an infectious disease plan for COVID-19 and is currently now working on what we're doing for the spring so that we can keep everybody safe. You have in your packet a list of contracts and purchases for the period of July and August 2020. If you have questions, I'd be happy to try and address those. As we filed the comprehensive planning process report to the Office of the Chancellor, that resulted in the 2021 budget, which is in front of you and you have to take action on. President Wang recommends approval for fiscal year 2021 budget.
May we entertain a motion to approve the 2021 budget?
I'll move.
Okay. Second, who seconded?
Danny.
Okay, thank you, Danny. Okay, we need to do a roll call.
Okay. Trustee Bellini,
Aye.
trustee Chafee,
Aye.
trustee Hyam. Is he still here? Trustee Hyam?
Muted.
Dan, yeah, unmute.
Yes.
Thank you. Trustee Herzig,
Aye.
trustee Jones,
Yes.
trustee Kennedy,
Yes.
trustee Lothar,
Yes.
trustee Perillo,
Yes.
and trustee Wachter.
Yes.
The Council of Trustees has approved the budget for the fiscal year of 2021. Thank you. John?
You should also have a resolution in your packet for that you see every year for certification of compliance with Board of Governors Policy 1985-04-A, which is the University External Financial Support Policy. President Wang also recommends approval of the resolution affirming our compliance with BOG Policy 1985-04-A, the University External Financial Support Policy.
We entertain a motion to approve the resolution.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Second, was that Mark?
That was Kyle.
Oh, Kyle, sorry, the voices sounded somewhere. Okay, so Kyle, all those in, roll call.
All right, trustee Bellini,
Aye.
trustee Chafee,
Aye.
trustee Hyam,
Yes.
trustee Herzig,
Aye.
trustee Jones,
Yes.
trustee Kennedy,
Yes.
trustee Lothar,
Dan.
did we
Okay.
lose him? Trustee Lothar,
Rob, unmute. Rob, you're on mute. There we
Yes.
go. Okay.
Can you hear it now?
Yes, good.
yep, gotcha, thank you. Trustee Perillo
Yes.
and trustee Wachter.
Yes.
All right, the Council of Trustees has approved the resolution affirming compliance with the Board of Governors policy. Thank you. John, anything else?
No, not unless anybody has questions. I'm good.
Okay, any questions? Okay, thank you very much. You've done a great job today. And you've survived your first trustees meeting too, so that's good. Okay, enrollment management, Dr. Bill Edmonds.
Good afternoon, trustees and colleagues. I'd like to share with you a few initiatives that we're undertaking through enrollment management in the three areas under enrollment management, which is admissions, financial aid, and veteran success. As we discussed earlier, and as you all know, fall travel was canceled due to COVID-19, and in-person events were pretty much canceled as well. So we had to pivot and do more virtual. So, part of our initiatives were to generate personalized touch with our prospective students. How do we engage the students more personally, even though we're in a virtual environment? So we are scheduled to attend some of the virtual events from PACAC, NACAC, OAAC, regional and other national virtual fairs. So we will participate and be present in those events. However, we did increase and up our communication with our prospective students all the way through the enrollment funnel, from recruitment at the inquiry phase all the way through the application deposit phase. As I said earlier, we began on Monday, September 21st to welcome a student and 2 guests, 3 appointments a day back to the university for in-person campus tours, and recognizing and utilizing all the CDC and the guidelines for social distancing and safety as we encounter the students that are very excited to be back on campus and visit. And we're excited to have them as well. As you will see in the enrollment management report, we have virtual open house, virtual transfer fairs. So we do have programs set aside virtually to engage prospective students that are interested in Edinboro by academic program, virtual tours. So we have a lot of initiatives that we had to improve, create, to engage students in this new reality for recruitment as we prepare to continue with the recruitment process. Hopefully one day we can get back face-to-face and really showcase our campus and our activities. However, we're doing it well in the virtual space in a short period of time. From the financial aid perspective, we're working on updating the 2021-22 financial aid documents. So we are prepared to start for the new FAFSA cycle, which begins Thursday, October 1st. From the veteran success side, we concluded the summer 2020 term with 34 students certified, which is an increase of 6 students compared to last summer. One other veteran success initiative is the coordinator will be working with ROTC to determine how and if there will be a virtual Veterans Day event this year, since we're not able to do one in person. So I will keep you posted as we progress and look at our virtual Veterans Day event. Madam Chair, that concludes the enrollment management report.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
You're
All
welcome.
right. Amanda Sisson for the University Advancement Report, please. And we welcome you into this new position, though you're not a new face at Edinboro. So.
Good afternoon, trustees and colleagues. I'm thrilled to be in the position, even though we all realize that this is a very challenging time for advancement, not only due to COVID in our climate with the markets, but also on campus with some of the challenges that we face. The report for through August 31st, we raised over $115,000, mostly through small campaigns over the summer months, including Erie Gives Day, in which we reached our highest total ever of a little over $22,000 raised by our alumni and our supporters of Edinboro University. We received good news this month as well, and are hoping that we receive the contribution in the month of September, which would put us on track for finishing the first quarter in alignment with 2019-2020 year, last academic year. But we are one of the 5 recipients of the Addison Gibson Scholarship, which is administered by PNC, which is a $100,000 scholarship or fund that we can use for scholarships for Northwest PA students who have a financial need or in good academic standing with us at the university. This is an honor to be chosen as one of the 5, and it is an example of the work of not only our advancement team, but our partners at our affiliates, including Chuck Scalise at the foundation. So we're in the final phases of the agreements for that award. And then we're hoping to receive that by the end of the quarter so that we can put it to work as soon as possible to help retain our students. In addition, we've been working on realigning our staffing here at the advancement office, but also working closely with our affiliates and thinking about the work that we'll be doing together in the year ahead. Both of our affiliates have turned in their most recent audits. They have updated their board listings and all the required documents that the university requests from our affiliate partners. I work specifically, pardon me, I should refer to that as only the Alumni Association and the Foundation. Those are the two affiliates that our office works with most closely. I want you to know that we hit a new milestone. We have now over 63,000 living alum. That includes our May class. So we've been tipping right close to that number, and in our promotions and really wanting to reach that. And now we have, so 63,383, that's the total living alumni that we have, and alumni on record is a little over 73,000. So that would include living and deceased. So that is my population that we serve. Our current campaigns include the Athletic Annual Fund, and over homecoming, we will again market the Student Hardship Fund. And then later this fall, we will launch into the Faculty and Staff campaign, which we realize may face some challenges this year with all of the challenges on campus and just the realities, again, of the market for donors right now. I want to finish by talking just briefly about our virtual homecoming. We remain virtual in advancement. So we've been working primarily through Zoom calls with the president, with our top donors and important affinity groups. Then we've started to meet more one-on-one if there's a request by a donor, but the Alumni House remains closed and open by appointment only. So we are rotating some staff in and out, but mostly still working from home. This homecoming is completely virtual, and which means that for our campus, everything about it is different. It really becomes much more important that we continue to market it heavily, and I would ask for your support in that over this week as we lead up to the event. Please talk about it fondly as you do homecoming every year on Edinboro's campus. There will be, as many have mentioned before, there will be elements of our traditions, our traditional activities just from your computer instead of in one of our articles yesterday in our newsletter, instead of in front of the grill at the tailgate or instead of out on the lawn for the parade, we'll be in front of our computers. So we need your support in helping to get people excited about this event. But it is an important weekend for us. We did feel very strongly that the community needs to continue to support and celebrate their relationship with Edinboro University. And this year of all years, that is critically important for our students and for our 63,000 alumni to feel positive about their alma mater. So that is my report. Everything else has been submitted in writing. And I know that Trustee Hyam is going to speak a little to other agenda items from the Alumni Association.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Angela Burrows from Marketing and Communications, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I have submitted a written report. If you haven't already, I encourage you to check out some of the links included in that report. Since the July meeting, Marketing and Communications has had a number of priorities. I'll highlight just a few. Integration communications is at the top of the list. We collaborated with colleagues at Clarion and CalU, as well as with the system, on an announcement about a likely integration between Edinboro, CalU, and Clarion. Collectively, the three schools currently have 16,000 students enrolled. So if there is an integration, which is likely, we would be the second largest higher ed entity in Western Pennsylvania, and that's pretty exciting. Communications, both internal and external, around this issue will be ongoing as the process continues to unfold. COVID-19 related communications, including the fall return. Work on pandemic related communications has been intense and constant since early March. Leading up to the fall semester, our primary focus was on sharing our fall plans with students and parents, faculty and staff, keeping the FAQ webpage updated and adjusting the fall return plan as needed in this incredibly fluid situation. As noted in my written report, we created a COVID-19 tracker webpage where we keep a tally of positive COVID cases and also provide an overview of our pandemic-related communications protocols and other procedures that have been established for testing and reporting. Beyond that, we otherwise do not make announcements about positive COVID cases. We'll soon be announcing plans for the spring. Also on tap will be a number of safety campaigns. We recently released a safety video featuring Dr. Huang, Jim Dale, our Director of Safety and Risk Management, and the President of our SGA. We have plans for a Wear Your Mask campaign, Get Your Flu Shot campaign, and Keep Your Distance campaign. We want to keep students safe. Admissions mail flow, Bill had mentioned communications with prospective students and students in the funnel. The components of the mail flow have been updated with a new design and updated information. The flow includes about 40 print and digital pieces that are distributed to segmented groups beginning in August and continuing through May. So deployment of that flow is underway. Advertising strategy, our slightly refined advertising strategy is in place with a fresh look to our digital ads and billboards, new audio, and a new TV spot, which we're very excited about. Virtual events, a number of them have been mentioned by Bill and Amanda. So we're working on a number of these events for clients across campus. We're excited about those. Those are coming together. If you've not seen it yet, I invite you to check out our virtual driving tour. It's just one of many selections. Coming to you via your computer screen. Website, we continue to make progress on our website overhaul, remain on schedule for a late January, early February launch. We realize that some content changes will be necessary as the integration process progresses, but we'll have the structure in place. We'll have enhanced navigation and a much better content management system. So it'll be a much better product for students, much more user-friendly. That concludes my report. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Okay, so Dan Hyam.
Thank you, Barbara. Needless to say, COVID's curtailed a lot of the activities of these three organizations, but very quickly concerning the PAC, we have not had a meeting since our last meeting, but we are having our usual fall session, October 20th. It's usually a 2-day event in Harrisburg. Unfortunately, it's going to be a 1-day event via Zoom, and they're actually dividing it. It's my understanding they're dividing it into 2 different sessions, one for the 6 schools that are involved in the integration and the other 8 schools in a separate session, because obviously we have different issues. Jack Wabi did ask us to submit questions, which I think is a great idea, by the way. Each of us submit questions for the chancellor, and which we did. And I submitted mine, which obviously dealt with the concerns of integration. So we'll find out where that goes on the 20th. USI, again, we haven't met since the last meeting, but we are meeting a week from Monday. I think that's October 5th. Ray Fisher has done, I think, an excellent job there as far as pivoting from the sale of books, which was a cash cow for years, for lack of a better term, and it may not be a better term. Now it's all electronic, which is electronic books, which is fine, but there's just not the profit margin in those. But he's done a good job, and like I say, we're meeting soon. Alumni Association, you've heard me say it before. Amanda Sessum's has done a terrific job in the last 3 or 4 years, whatever it's been, getting them back on track. They were way off track. She's gotten it back on track. They have a new president of the Alumni Association, Mark Easer, who came on board July 1st, and he shows tremendous leadership ability in my mind. They're dealing with some internal issues right now. I know 20 years ago we made a commitment to purchase a property 2 houses two houses north of the Alumni House. When the current resident passed away, and she passed away a few months ago. Now it's back on in our court to purchase it. So we're trying to deal with that right now. So beyond that, if you have any questions, I'll be more than glad to ask them. But it's kind of quiet right now with those 3 organizations.
Thank you, Dan. Any questions for Dan? Okay, Dennis Frampton was with us earlier, but was unable to attend this meeting. Does anybody have any comments about the foundation? No. Amanda?
I would just add that that's part of my written report. There is a summary from the foundation. I think to note, just one second, sorry. To note that in alignment with the university's financial sustainability plan, there was notice was given to the foundation that the university will be accessing the $2.1 million contingency escrow fund in year 2022. So that was received, and the foundation has since signed a resolution reaffirming the understanding of the fund and the timing for this disbursement. I would just add that we are also preparing. We have already submitted our request for the distribution from the endowments this year for the scholarships that are held by the foundation. They are reviewing that, and that will be decided at their next meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions on that? Okay, I'd like to remind everybody, of course, that our next trustees meeting is Friday, December 11th. However, hope you have on your calendars, the chancellor is doing his virtual Edinboro University visit. He's doing all of the universities. Of course, this year it has to be virtual. That's Wednesday, September 30th. And we have a time booked with the chancellor with the trustees from 2 to 3 o'clock. So that's Wednesday, September 30th from 2 to 3 for trustees and chancellor. Any other things for the good of the order?
I want to thank everybody for being here today. It has been a good meeting.
Good, thank you. May we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved. So moved.
Second?
Second.
And I suppose this one we can do just audio. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Covered a lot of ground today. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Have a
Barbara.
good weekend.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Care, everyone.